Hello, good evening. Today we have some Salt Origins. This is the beginning of a supervillain. Very unfortunate. Now, usually I make a lot of jokes, but this one, not so much of a joking manner, but we got a few segments to cover. So, why don't we get started? Let's go.
Yeah, there's no way I could fuck with a kid I didn't agree to have. There's no way I could fuck with it. If I gotta pay for something that was had against my will, I ain't fucking with you. I'll just pay for it and fuck you. But as far as like a relationship or any of that type of shit, don't ever try to visit me. Oh, you know that you were my dad, like why weren't you there? I'd be like, what the fuck you talking about? I paid for you for all these years, so why the hell would I fuck with a kid I gotta pay for? Get the fuck out of my face. Are you serious, Dad?
And as a side note, unless you got like stupid money, you actually pay more with the family or with the kid being there. Just an FYI.
Or Dad, are you serious? What the fuck you talking about? I didn't agree to have your motherfucking ass. Nigga, your mom got a bag off you for fucking 18 years.
And once again, as a correction, unless you're balling out of control and you're making a crazy amount of money, they are not getting a bag off you. At most, if you're like on an average standpoint, like if you're in poverty or you're kind of around that 50, 60,000 range a year, she may get about, on that, depending on what state you're in, maybe like 500 to a G. And even then, when you're on child support, the child support office takes about a good 30-40% of it. They take a good chunk of that. So the money you're paying, they're not even getting all of that money. They're actually getting less. That's one of the biggest lies ever told. However, they're getting more in benefits and the child support. So that's where it balances.
Did you think that was going to be kumbaya? Like, get off my doorstep. I did not agree that you were a product of casual.
Again, stop doing that. There are consequences for your actions and people have to pay for that. So cut it out. And lastly, what's crazy is the fact you sit around talking about ball rog this, ball rog that. But one of the biggest issues in the community is that right there. Not having a father in the home and not having any family units. The same community you sit there and complain and talk trash about. Interesting.
That's my nigga. And I would have had the tool tucked just in case. Is there an issue? Wait, hold on, you're pulling a gun on me? Absolutely, bruh. Get the fuck off my doorstep. I did not agree to have you. If it's a girl, I'm like, did I stutter? Get off the doorstep. You are not one of my authentic children. Get out of here. Your debt, my debt has been paid. Locked. The fuck out of here, bro.
Remember how I was saying on my prior video, you can't take serious everything somebody says. Now, again, broken clock theory. 2 times a day to be right. Now, on this prior video that I'm gonna show you, this little clip, there was some conversation said about types of women. Now, I'm gonna double down on those types of women. If you're doing certain things out here that will result in a child, of course it's a PG channel, the first thing and the best bet and the best thing for you to do is stop dealing with women that you don't want to be with. I say this over and over again, but for some reason there's a culture on the internet and online that says, hey, do whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter because in the end, you're the prize and you can do what you want. Here's the thing. Everybody says this person's the prize, that person's the prize, and then people wind up paying for the mistakes of others, whether it's catching something, whether it's dealing with somebody crazy, whether it's kids that quote unquote parents don't want and they wind up having bad things happen to them. That's due to situations like this. Now, I'm going to play you the prior one from the festival.
As an excuse to show it's show ass, pop pills or pop whatever familiar. There's been so many chicks that I've literally cut off because I've seen that they were going to festivals. It's a fucked up ass environment that literally promotes promiscuity.
Now, hopefully that makes sense why I say a person who's out of their mind can be right sometimes. And like I said before, because a lot of people are emotional when they watch these type of things and they think, of course, the all theory, of course, it's not all. Some people do go to just have fun. Obviously, not everybody who goes is out here having party time, at least to say, to say it that way. Generally, there's a certain type of behavior from a certain type of woman that will display this behavior, and that's who he's talking about. So in one turn he's right, but in another turn he'll say, if a woman has this kid that I do not want, which means what? You're having the same irresponsible red flag behavior you're preaching against. This was my biggest thing with a lot of these quote unquote, he's not one of those guys, but one of all these coaches online and all these people telling you, they get you hyped up, right? They get you hyped up and get your mind all warped and have you speaking these weird ass points and have one person thinking they're better than the other, whether it's sprinkle or high value, whatever you want to call it, right? Here is the thing about all of that buffoonery. It's partially true, but you have to weed out the nonsense. Now, in this next segment, right, I'm going to give you some real talk. And so far, he hasn't been proven to be a clown. He clowns around, but has not been proven to be a contradictory clown yet. And I always say yet. I don't speak on behalf of any creator 200%, right? They'll be cool one day and the next day it's like, hey, bro, what the hell are you doing? Right. So as far as this discussion, this is covering that same topic. Now, let me go on here and throw some of this real talk on you real quick from TBH.
Kevin, so here's the thing, right? A lot of times a movement is only as strong as its leader. That's why they say the saying, cut the head off of the snake and the body will follow. When Kevin Samuels passed away, that fell apart. There was a power vacuum that Fresh and Fit tried to fill, but they couldn't do it because they were just too much. I think they were too fascinated with like clout, and they just started doing a lot of dumb shit, saying a lot of dumb shit. Like one of them was wearing a hat on stream or something, and then the rest of them was just followers and shit. And that's the irony of that community. That's why I said you can't take what you can. You should improve yourself, but like that don't got nothing to do with pill. The irony of that community is most pill dudes were followers, and they're telling you to be a leader. Shit, because I mean, got demonetized, so it doesn't matter. I wouldn't have probably said it when they was like at their hottest, but like, especially with them Fresh and Fit, like I genuinely believe that Myron is the asshole that he portrays. Like he really bought into that ideology. I think he is who he says he is. But as somebody who I'm in a relationship now, but as someone I got a pretty good batting average with women. I can usually you can tell the men who pull chicks, I never believed. And this is before all the stuff came out with the girls. I never believed the dark-skinned dude could pull any chick. I just didn't believe it. And then I remember he got exposed because he was married to a single mother and they talked about single mothers. I was like, I knew he was a simp. You could just tell. I was like, it's just something about your energy. I don't believe it, dude. His aura was off. You ain't really pulling like that.
All right, and basically to clear that up, of course, he ain't really paying much mind to it, so got a little bit confused. Well, the dark skin one he's talking about is on Fresh and Fit. That's the dude that claimed 1,000+ women, whatever. Again, like you said, you can tell. Like as a man, if whatever, you can tell. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, ain't no need to go into detail. The guy he's talking about married to a single mother is Donovan. Donovan's another guy who was also on their podcast preaching all this nonsense, claiming that all these women over 30, yada yada yada, but the woman he's with is actually, if I'm not mistaken, older than him, and she's a single mother. So again, when we say you gotta be careful who you're just following on the internet, a lot of these people are not who they say they are. And the people who really are about that life, we're not gonna go around here trying to sell you anything. It's like, look, I told you what I told you. Either you with it or you're not. It's like, I'm not telling you no lies. I'm giving you the truth. I'm giving you what's honest. I'm giving you what's real. And I'm here to tell you too, even with me, I am just a person on the internet. I ain't your leader. I ain't your uncle. I ain't your dad. I'm just a guy, a voice on the internet to give you a voice of reason. Because in the real world, you need more reason. I was like, there's variables and there's reality, and without reality you have conflict. And there's this theory where people believe that, oh, that's just drama somewhere else, it doesn't apply here. Oh yeah, yes it does. Yes, anytime you put out poison, it will come back to your front door. That's a fact. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to kind of negate the poisonous nonsense that's always being spewed. Now, I get it. You want to follow what's fun. You want to follow what's in your favor. That's what people always do. People love following what's in their favor. They don't like following what's real. And hey, it is what it is. But when it goes left and you're over here talking like LTG in the first clip, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear the fact of, oh, well, she did this or she did that. Oh, and I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Because there's plenty of guys like us. Because there's another part where TBH covers that too, but you can go watch that. It's a 55-minute stream. He's playing Daxter, so you can go watch it. But he even covers this too to sum it up to where it's not any of the fluff or delay. He also stated this in ATL. He was saying he was getting hit on left and right, left and right, left and right. But you see, if you know about ATL, you also know that there's a lot of diseases, rampant diseases, STDs, and all of that running around there the same way it is in Houston. That was another thing that was discussed. And what did these guys tell you? Go out here and mess around. All it takes is one mistake for you to get something you can't get rid of. And he said it was also a lady out there who was crying about the HIV positive numbers that there was in that city or that state or whatever, because it was that bad. But these guys are telling you to be promiscuous. It's bad to be promiscuous if you're a man or if you're a woman. With a woman is promiscuous, with a man is being reckless. You know what I'm saying? Either way, same thing. Tomato, tomato. No need for semantics. It's the same thing essentially. And you're not supposed to be doing it. You're not supposed to be doing it. You know, it messes up both people in one way or another. Now, if it just happens to happen that way on your journey, that's one thing. But to deliberately do that and be deliberately reckless, you're playing Russian roulette, and you're gonna get what you're asking for. And then you're gonna wind up with a kid just talking trash about saying, oh, you show up to my door, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because you decided, you made that conscious decision. If anything, what would be in your best interest, if you wind up watching this, is to get your broke ass bread ready, get your money together, and build something so that kid ain't asked out when they come to see their useless ass father. How about that? Because people said that there was rumors that you may or may not have, a kid out there. Me, I don't like going in people's personal business. I'm not licking it up. I'm not confirming it. But anybody who's constantly around red flags, as you would like to call them, I'm pretty sure you have one. I hope you do not, but I'm pretty sure you do. And my best advice to you as a man to boy, you need to be sure to have something for that kid's life that you ruined, if there is one. But next time we're going to be on something a little lighter, but I had to address that. If you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you rocking with me. You already know what time it is. It's about 2-3 in the morning, But in the meanwhile, I'm out. Links are below also. But in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.
Honestly, a successful content creator is able to capture the youth.
I need to talk to you.
I've realized that I've been able to capture the youth every time I'm in public.
What do you mean by that?
And I got extra young to watch my content.